what is going on, guys? It is me, Nicole, here, and welcome to the Flow Visuals channel. And in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you 3 easy tips on how to start content editing, guys. Now, in this video, I'm going to be covering subtitles, zoom-ins, and transitions, guys. And guys, if this video does help you guys out, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to Flow Visuals with post notifications on, as there is more tutorials coming out in the future. And if you guys would like to join Flow Visuals, click the link to the Discord in the description, guys, which is where you can hang out there, and there's an application form to join. But yeah, guys, be sure to go and follow the Twitter as well. And without further ado, let's get started. So guys, the app that I'm going to be using is Premiere Pro. I didn't pay for it because, you know, I'm broke. And another thing I'm going to be using is After Effects, but I'm only using After Effects for the more advanced stuff. So obviously I'm going to show you guys how to do zoom-ins and subtitles on both applications, guys. But to get started, all you need to do is go to new projects and just name it whatever you want. So I'm just going to name it tutorial for Flow Visuals, and then just press OK, guys. Okay, guys, so once the project is created, I recommend going up to the top and using the editing mode, which looks a little something like this. But since I edit quite a lot, I have mine like customly set out, but I'll guide you guys on what to do and everything like that, so it'll be fine. So guys, I've imported my files, and for you guys it'll probably look like this, but since I normally have quite a few files in, I just have it set to the lines by pressing this tool here. And you're going to want to go ahead and drag in your video. So if you want to make the like preview part bigger like that, if you just hold down Alt and come over to the side and just drag it upwards with your mouse and do the same here, you can then get this going.
Hey everybody, my name is Hoods, founder of Flow Visuals.
So where I want it to say founder of Flow Visuals, that is where I want it to zoom in. So if you guys split the clip where you want the zoom to happen, it's going to look a little something like that. You know, it's got 2 lines in the middle. Then you're going to want to press a little stopwatch for the scale and position. And you're going to want to hold down shift and go the arrow key once to the right, which is 5 frames. You're going to want to do that one more time. Then you're going to want to put the scale to whatever you like. You can either type in a certain number, or you can just zoom it in by dragging it to the right. I'm going to put it up to 150, and you're just going to want to then use the position to align it. Then you're going to want to drag your mouse over all the keyframes, right click, do temporal interpolation, and put it to ease in. So now it will look quite smooth.
Founder of Flow Visuals.
But if you want to make it a bit more smoother, drop down the arrow next to scale, and you're just going to want to drag the one on the right all the way to the left, like so, and make sure it stays on the line of where it is. And then you're going to want to get the one that's like up against the wall part here, get this and drag it all the way to the left. And then do the exact same with position, all the way to the left, all the way to the left. So now, guys, you've got a nice smooth zoom, and if you preview it, it will look a little something like this. So it just does it quite smooth, so it goes founder of Flow Visuals. And if you guys are wondering how to zoom it out, just go to where you want it to start zooming out, toggle by pressing these little diamonds, hold down shift and go across 10 keyframes again, and which is 2 shift and the arrow key once to the right twice. Then press the little reset button here and the reset button here. Then you're going to want to select these 2 on the end again, because they've turned into a normal Bezier, which is not smooth. Right click and put that to ease in. Then drop down the scale tool again, zoom in a bit, and then since you're zooming out, you're going to want to drag the left side to the right. And again, make sure it stays on the line so it goes nice and smoothly into it, and it's not all messed up like that. That would legit bug out the entire thing. So make sure it's on a nice smooth zoom, and then get this one and drag it all the way to the right again. Drop down the position, drag this one all the way to the right and all the way to the right, and then just select all the keyframes and move them to the end of the clip. So now, guys, it will look a little something like this. So it does it nice and smooth, as you guys can see. So if you guys are wondering how to move all your footage to the right real quick, if you just press A on your keyboard, select the parts that you want to move, and you can do that. So I'm going to copy this clip and I'm going to remove the transform tool, guys, because now I'm going to show you how to do it in After Effects, which is what most content editors use. as it makes the clips a bit more smoother. So you guys are going to want to leave Premiere Pro open, but then open up After Effects as well. And then guys, I will get on to the next step. Okay guys, so my After Effects is now launched, as you guys can see. But before you do anything on After Effects, you're going to want to head over to Premiere Pro, right click on the clip that you want to zoom in on, and do replace with After Effects composition. Now what this is going to do is it's going to import the clip from Premiere Pro, put it into After Effects, and then it's going to pretty much make you not export it, and it's just going to automatically put it back into Premiere Pro. So guys, you're just going to want to name it whatever you want. So I'm just going to name it tutorial for Flow Visuals, and then just press enter and it will do that. So you can just close out of this. And here is the clip guys. So now just press S on your keyboard, keyframe it over here, press P on your keyboard and keyframe it, minimize it, press U once, and then these are now going to pop up. So now zoom in and look to where it says 10F, which is 10 frames. Now if you put it to the frame you want, the scale even, I put mine to 150 in Premiere, so that's what I'm going to do on here. Make sure it's centered, so hoods looks centered there. Select all the keyframes by dragging your mouse and press F9. If you're on a 60% keyboard like me, hold down FN and then press 9 on your keyboard. And now select one of the keyframes and press the little graph editor button. And now if it looks like this for you guys, you're going to want to right click and do edit speed graph. So now it's going to look a little something like this. You're going to want to go over to the line on the right, hold down shift and drag it all the way to the left, which then keeps it on the line. And then do the same here, drag it all the way to the left while holding shift to create this nice smooth thing. And I know what you're thinking right now, well, it goes like really weird when doing that. I'm going to show you how to fix that, don't you worry. So click the graph editor button again, which will then take you back over to here. And now you're going to want to come over to the position one and click the top keyframe. Press the graph editor again, hold down shift and drag this all the way to the left and do the exact same here. Now click out of the graph editor, and now you guys, you will have this nice smooth zoom in. But before you proceed, make sure you come over to here and click the enable motion blur button, and then come over to the video itself and click the enable motion blur button right here. So now it has got a motion blur on the video, so it creates a nice smooth zoom in. And if you preview it, it'll look something like this after it's rendered, as you guys can see. So yeah guys, it creates a nice smooth zoom in, and if you guys would like to separate the keyframes to like 15 frames, you can do so, but I just like to put mine to 10, as in my opinion that is the smoothest. So it does a nice zoom in like so. So now you're going to want to come back to around here. I'm going to go to 10 just so I can then have obviously 10 frames left. So now if you press the keyframe button by pressing these diamonds and going 10 keyframes across by just dragging this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there isn't a reset button on here, so what you need to do is just place 2 keyframes here and just put in the value itself. So this is 100, and then the position is 1960 by 540 guys. So now I have 10 keyframes spare. I'm going to drag it to the end of the composition, and as you can see the zoom out is really weird. So go to the first scale one. I'm just going to move my face cam over to the bottom left just so it's not in the way. Go to the graph editor, and as you guys can see these are upside down because it's reversing back outwards. So now go to the keyframe on the left, hold down shift and drag it all the way to the right, and then go to the keyframe on the right and drag it all the way to the right. Press the little graph editor, click on the position one up here, click the graph editor and drag it all the way to the right. So now if you zoom out, as you guys can see, you can see the keyframes coming in and you can see the keyframes coming out, and they both look the exact same because it's the same method used, and vice versa for the scale option as well, except this one's going to be flipped upside down because obviously when it zooms out the scale is going like the opposite way. So what to do is do Control and S so it updates the project, and go back to Premiere, and now guys if you give it a preview it will look a little something like this.
Founder of Flow Visuals.
So then zoom out now to go to this part. So that is it in After Effects, and this is it in Premiere. So obviously they look quite similar, but it's obviously up to you guys which option you use. I'm just going to use the After Effects one, so I'm just going to press R to ripple delete that. and just delete the gaps in between. So now I'm gonna want some text that says founder of Flow Visuals. So if you just press T on your keyboard and just type whatever you want, I'm just gonna make it say founder of Flow Visuals. Just trim the clip to whatever length you want it to be. So I want it to be to the end of this little segment. And now click the text, go over to the arrow here, click the little middle align button, and then click the text, hold down Control on your keyboard, so then you get these little like grid mark help type things, and drag it over to the middle. Change the font to whatever you would like it to be. So guys, this is what my text looks like at the moment. You're then gonna want to come and search for drop shadow. It will be underneath the perspective one, and you're gonna want to go ahead and drag that on. So I have my own drop shadow, so I'm gonna tell you the settings if you guys would like to use them. It's obviously up to you. I put the opacity on 95, the direction on 95, the distance on 10, and the softness on 18, and it creates this nice little drop shadow. You can then set it to whatever color you would like it to be. I'm gonna do like a yellow, I think, something like that. That makes a nice yellow, obviously, because it's yellow. So now you're gonna wanna head over to the, just scroll down. Beneath where it says fill in everything, there's a thing called scale. Keyframe that and put it to 0. Go 4 keyframes in front by using your arrow keys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And put it up to around 120 to 115. I'm gonna do 115. And then go 1, 2, 3, and then reset it. So now if you preview it, and as you guys can see, that looks quite small. So what you guys can do is you can put it up to, I don't know, 130, and then make it go to 115. And to make it come off the screen, I'm just going to use a cross dissolve, but it's up to you what you want to do. So that looks quite decent, but if you want to up the level of your text pop-up animation, in After Effects there's something called Animation Composer. So I'll ask the person who's uploading this video to link it in the description of this video. Just do download for Windows, and it's that simple. Restart your After Effects and boom, done. Then just right click on the text and do replace with After Effects composition. It's going to open up a new composition. At the end, if you're doing this for every single subtitle, you will have a lot of compositions. Let's just put it like that. You're gonna want to double tap into the composition, and then there's something called found. Well, it will say whatever you made it say, obviously. Just go to Window, Animation Composer, and then I have it favorited, but what you guys are gonna want to search for is Overshoot from Anchor Point. So Overshoot from Anchor Point. And by the way guys, these are the free ones. I haven't paid for any, so just click animate in both, or just double tap it and make sure the text layer is selected, my bad, and then it will say applying preset. I'm just going to move it onto my second monitor. Keyframe motion, enable motion blur, and make sure the check's on both. And now when you preview it, it's got this nice text animation. So Control S, head back over to Premiere, and now guys, look at this. Like, that just looks so much nicer in my opinion than this. Like, look at that. Like, in my opinion, it just looks so much smoother, which is why, in my opinion, I use After Effects for text animations, guys. And now we're gonna head on to transitions. So you're gonna want to install something called Premiere Composer for Premiere. Again, it'll be linked in the description. So I'm just going to import the second video that I was given, because obviously this is going to be an actual video. Then just head over to where it says Starter Pack, click that, drop it down, and click on Transitions. And the popular ones are Pan, Rotate, and Zoom In. I'm going to do a pan, and yeah guys, you just go ahead and drag it onto the timeline. It's going to import the files, and it's going to do a bit of that. Then just select the files and drag it over, and look for where it splits. So like obviously here you guys can see that there's a split, so you just drag that to where there's a split between the two videos. Press a G and then do -10 or something around there, and it will go, and then it will go like this.
Yeah, enjoy the video.
As you guys can see, it has a nice pan swish. You can do different ones, you can do a zoom in. So yeah guys, that is gonna be it. It's been me, Nicole, part of Flow Visuals. I hope this did help you guys out, and please be sure to let me know what tutorials you guys would like to see for content editing. And yeah guys, peace out everyone.